One of President Trump's first executive orders is already facing a legal challenge. Today, a federal judge in Seattle temporarily blocking the order that aims to end the constitutional guarantee of birthright citizenship. The block applies nationally, stopping the implementation of the order for at least the next 2 weeks.
9 News investigative reporter Jeremy Hohola spoke with our legal analyst about that temporary block. He's here to explain what that means moving forward.
Yeah, that's right. The courts are moving pretty fast on this one. Within days of trying to remove a section of the Constitution with his presidential pen, Trump's efforts to end birthright citizenship have been put on hold, at least for right now. Hours after he was sworn in on Monday, Trump signed an executive order targeting the 14th Amendment of the Constitution. That's the part that says anybody born on U.S. soil, regardless of a parent's immigration status, is automatically a U.S. citizen. It's been that way for 150 years. Trump campaigned to end that practice in the United States. The very next day after Trump signed his executive order, 22 states filed a lawsuit against the president. The suits were seeking to immediately stop the enforcement of his executive order ending birthright citizenship. A number of immigrant rights groups also sued the president. A federal judge in Washington state today was the first to hear one of the lawsuits and immediately put a temporary suspension on the president's order. That action takes effect across the country. Our 9 News legal analyst has this to say about what the judge did today.
I couldn't agree more. This executive order is completely unconstitutional and unlawful. To try and issue an executive order to undo the 14th Amendment is completely unconstitutional. And I think it was interesting that the judge listened to 25 minutes of argument and then said, and this was a Reagan appointee, and he said, in 4 decades, I've never had a case that was more obvious than this.
The Department of Justice indicates it will continue to argue in court for the president's order. Whitney Traylor also tells us if this executive order does make it to the Supreme Court, he expects the judges to rule against President Trump because it is clear this is a blatant attempt to change the Constitution with a stroke of a pen. This injunction against the Trump administration lasts for 14 days and will likely be extended. Live in the newsroom, Jeremy Hohola, 9 News.